A very long time ago, I'm thinking like maybe, I don't know, when it first came out, I bought this particular oracle from Alana Fairchild. And you're getting ready to see the box. It's beat up, it's old. I've been carrying it around with me like a Bible for the longest time. And I just wanted to show this deck to you guys today, even though it's an oldie but goodie, because this deck has helped me in times of turmoil, times when I wasn't being self-compassionate enough, times when I was at my just saddest, my lowest, my bottom. That's when I pulled this deck out. This is the Kuan Yin Oracle, and this oracle is probably, I think it's my favorite oracle. It's at least in the top three, and it really has helped me. And I want to show it to you because you might need that kind of help. And this is something that can help you, regardless of your spiritual system, regardless of, what you practice, is very helpful to anyone who chooses to pick it up. So my name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anyone and everyone who might like it too. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you want to get a reading done, I would love to give you a reading with this deck or any other one. Hit me up. My email and all my information is underneath this video. Everything is there. My Patreon is there. My Ask an Aquarius merchandise is there. Everything is underneath this video. So let's get started. First of all, for a deck that I bought 10 plus years ago, it's really holding up good. Okay, this is a Blue Angel deck. Let me show you the back so you guys can get a screenshot if you so choose. This is a Blue Angel deck, and Blue Angel decks have a tendency to come in these great boxes, these great hard boxes, and they have a tendency to last. I mean, you can tell it's used, you can tell it's beat up, but it's good. It's still very functional, and I use it every day. Not every day, but every time I need it. You see here in the inside, it has the finger holes. That's the top part. Put it to the side. And here are the cards. I'm going to show you each and every one. This is the bottom of the box. So it's been well loved, as you can see. It's been well loved. I'm going to really quickly show you the guidebook. Now, the one thing about Alana Fairchild, you see, look how great it's held up. The spine, I've used this so long and the spine is still intact. Isn't that something? I have books, guidebooks like this that I got, and the spine, as soon as I cracked it, that was it. So this is really good quality how it was put together. And you'll see I have all kinds of highlighted areas so that when I get the card, I can see exactly what it is that touched me the most about the card the last time I saw it. Now let me give you a little bit of a look at this. Alana is known for having long summaries. So look at that. That's 1 page, 2 pages, 3 pages. Now some of her later oracles are much longer. So this is kind of long for a summary, but it's not bad. And most of them are like this. So the first part I'm going to show you, it gives you the name of the card. It gives you a little summary. If you're in a hurry, you can just read the summary and that's it. But I like to do all of it. So I'll read it, and I'll usually just read this part if I'm, rushing. And then before bed, I'll read the rest of it. I'll come over here. I will look at the healing aspect. There's always a good prayer in each one. And there you go. See? So that's what I'm saying is like, it's very helpful. It explains what the card is talking about. And it really gives you, this part here is kind of like a meditation. And this part here is like a prayer where you're asking for Kuan Yin's assistance. Now, if you're somebody who's a Christian and you want to just use these cards without using the spiritual part, or if you're from a different spiritual system and don't want to use that, you can do that too. You could take this and just read this part and then read the summary. And then when you get to the part with the meditation, if you want to do the meditation, fine. If you don't, you can just skip it. But I usually do the whole thing because, like I said, if I'm in a space that I need to be healed, I'm in a space where I need to do the whole thing. Okay? So you can decide yourself how you want to do that. Now let me show you these cards. This is the back of the card. Isn't she beautiful? These are such beautiful cards. And look how well they've held up. to be 10 plus years old. Isn't that something? So they're not too thick and they're not too thin. This is card number one. No, it's not. It's the last card. Let me give you the first card. So that's the backs of them. And you also can see how large they are. All the cards from Blue Angel are typically larger, the ones that are in the oracle size. Now, this one here, the Kuan Yin Oracle, and many of their other oracles also come in a pocket size. So if you're like, yo, this is just too big for me, that's fine. You can get the pocket size ones. But the pocket size ones don't come with the guidebook. So all you're going to get is the information on the back of the card. So if you're cool with that, it's going to be a summary, a short summary though. So if you're cool with that, that's good. I prefer the full version. Now let's look at these beautiful cards. This is another part of it. When I look at this artwork, it takes my breath away. It does. It looks like her energy. Kuan Yin is said to be compassionate. She's said to be kind. She's said to be someone that helps you be kinder with yourself. She comes forward when you need mercy. You know, that's this kind of energy. In some of these, you will see that she has maybe her breast exposed or something like that. And for me, I love the human body as art, but some have said that they thought that she should be more conservative in that way. So if you're somebody who is against that, you know, against the human body in that kind of way, then you might not want to take these. But I love it. I love it. The human body to me is art. I understand, you know, some people don't feel the same way. That's why I pointed it out. So as you can see, these cards are soft. These cards are beautiful. These cards are gentle. It's like a gentle, like when you look at them, it's like a gentle energy to them. And that's the energy of Kuan Yin. And when I'm hurting, when somebody has done something to me, that's the energy I want. It's a mothering energy, you know, and that's the energy that I want. Kuan Yin comes from the Asian tradition. If I'm not mistaken, it would be China. But you can Google her and you can learn a lot more about her. And I'll tell you a story that is often told about Kuan Yin. It is said that Kuan Yin's father, she's often called the female Buddha, by the way. And it's said that her father was like some type of a king or a very like, you know, up there type emperor type person, you know. And it said that, you know, he was cruel to her. It said that he was very cruel to her and that she ran away. And there's different versions of this story. But basically what they're saying is that when he needed her, he got sick. And Kuan Yin is the one who sacrificed herself to come back. And in some cases, she saves her father. In some cases, she sacrifices something for her father, things like that. So no matter how cruel he was to her, she still showed mercy. It's also said of Kuan Yin that she refused to go to heaven, as we would call it. They would call it something else. So she refused to go up to be like, you know, a guardian or a Buddha or like an ascended master kind of thing until all souls are free. She wanted to stay here and either, I don't know, she reincarnates or her energy just stays here and she continues to help the rest of us become free. And what I really like about these kind of like spiritual traditions is you don't have to be Chinese. You don't have to be of their tradition. These guys and goddesses or whatever you want to call them, these Buddha, these spirits, these energies, these ascended masters, you don't have to be of that particular spiritual system or of that particular cultural system. I don't have to be Chinese to love Kuan Yin is my point. And a lot of people often think that. They're like, well, I can't work with her. I'm not Asian. You don't have to be. You don't have to be. And the stuff that, you know, the stuff that Alana wrote about in this book is universal. The stuff that Kuan Yin helps us with is universal. It's stuff that anybody, male or female, would go through. Having your heart broken, lower vibrational people trying to attack you. You know, stuff like that. We all have these kind of problems. And as you can see, when we're finished, I'm going to do one card and read the top of it to you. It's problems that we all have. So I've come to this oracle when my heart was broken. quite a few times. I've come to this oracle if a friend betrayed me. I've come to this oracle when my money wasn't right and I didn't know what to do. Anytime anything was hurting me and I came to this oracle, Kuan Yin soothed me. Now, for this particular deck, it's like a glossy, see that glossiness to it? So I've used it many times on my altar when I was dealing with a particular issue. You can do a daily pull with this if you want to. That would be awesome. You can journal about what you've then read and, what you've seen and, thought about in the summary. You can do spreads. There are spreads in the front of the book. So if you want to do like a 3-card spread with this, you can. Now, me, I typically do a daily pull or do altar work with it, and I don't do spreads with it. Only because it's 3 pages of information. And I don't want to read 3 pages for 3-4 different cards. I want to get 1 card, 1 message, read about it, let myself savor it and take it in, understand it, and then maybe I'll pull another one later or right after it. But I like to do them one at a time. I like to savor. Anything by Alana Fairchild, I will savor like fine wine. That's how her decks work the best. They don't work best for quick answers. That's cool. You can do that if you want to, but they work best when you have time. Time to sit, time to drink some tea, time to breathe, time to meander. That's when I get the most out of these. So that's what I recommend. If you can do that, that would be awesome. And as you can see, isn't this art pretty? The borders aren't bad. Y'all know I'm not a border person, but I like the borders because they're like pastels. We've seen pinks and blues and, oranges and peaches. I really enjoy the art and the border that surrounds it. You know me, I could always do without a border, but if it's going to be one, these thin ones are pretty decent. They could have even been thinner, actually. They could have pulled out the artwork a little bit further, but I could deal with these. The artwork reminds me of Asian art. When I went to the art museum in Philadelphia, they had an entire floor of Asian art, and I saw so many depictions of Kuan Yin. I saw so many depictions of Buddha, Green Tara. I mean, it was just so many. And they were beautiful. They were very, very beautiful. And this artwork reminds me of that. And see, remember I mentioned, them talking about how you can see your breast in certain ones. And to me, like I said, this is art to me. I mean, I'm used to art, and a lot of art has nudity in it. But some people don't like to see their deities boobies, and I get that too. But that's something that, I just think is beautiful. I think her whole form is beautiful. The way that they depicted her with her arms, I just think she's gorgeous. So this is definitely, as you can tell, one that I use often. So the art is really nice. You can also pair this deck nicely with tarot. There is a Chinese tarot. I have an Asian tarot. I don't even remember the name of it though, but it's a different color scheme, but it probably will go good with this too. So if you have other ones, especially that China tarot, I think it's called, that would go really great with this. I love this. The art styles would match. The color schemes would match. The energies probably would match even too. So that's the female Buddha. When I read about her, as many times as I've read about her, I just fell more and more into her beauty. And this was one of my first oracle decks too, guys, because when I first started reading, I just read tarot. That was it. I read tarot. I was crazy about tarot, learning it and memorizing the symbolisms and stuff. So that was all I really did. But then somebody gave me a oracle deck, and then my love affair with oracle decks began. So I have quite a few of them. And all the ones I have from Alana are for spiritual things. I use all these for spiritual purposes, every last one of them. They're perfect for that. So again, if you're somebody who has no like spiritual tradition and you want to start a practice, this is a good practice to start. Buying this and just pulling one card, because like I said, the guidebook is self-explanatory. You don't have to be a master reader You don't have to have, studied to use an oracle deck. All oracle decks, almost all oracle decks, come with a guidebook. And all you got to do is pull a card, shuffle the cards, pull a card, read the summary. That's it. And this is my last one. Beautiful, huh? So now we're going to pick one at random, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I like pink, so we're going to pick one with a pink. We're going to pick the pink one. Oh, God, it's so hard for me to pick one, you guys. We're going to pick this one. It's hard for me to pick these. They're so beautiful. So the first thing that you do is take a look at it and figure out how to find it. What number is this one? It's number 10. So they're in order. So all we have to do is find 10. They're in numerical order. See, I'm going to show you. They're in numerical order. So all we did was look for number 10. Now I'm going to read to you what it says in the italicized part. Empress of the Pearl, you have an inner gift of great value, born of struggle, adversity, and challenge. In wisdom, you know that suffering can lead to growth, provided we are willing to search for a way to heal through it. Oh my God, that just hit me right in my heart. That is one of my affirmations that I've been doing. This card is for me. Seeing challenges as ways to expand your spiritual light empowers you to focus on the growing light rather than getting caught up in suffering. Now, I just got finished telling you that's the top part, so you could just read that, but I'm going to read further down since I know Kuan Yin gave this to us for a reason. Natural pearls are rare, lustrous, feminine gems, created within a living organism, the pearl oyster. They have a unique creation process. Natural pearls are created with a foreign entity, such as a grain of sand or parasite, finds its way into the pearl oyster. The oyster reacts and creates layers of pearlescent substance, creating a warmly glowing treasure within. Just like the beautiful and rare natural pearl, you have a unique spiritual beauty to offer to the world. Your pearl is your precious gift, something unique that is being born through your experiences and consciousness that cannot be created or copied by another because it is of your own unique soul light. That is beautiful. Any struggles you have experienced are a karmic gift to help you grow this inner exquisite offering to support the spiritual evolution of humanity. Once you recognize this, you can dispense with your struggles more swiftly, using them to help you grow and not adding unnecessary energy or focus to the problem, which might make it grow instead. If you have found yourself attracting negative energies from those around you, or perhaps feeling drained or sometimes even possessed by negative thoughts or experiences, you don't have to feel afraid. You can heal with Kuan Yin now, allowing that which is stirred up within you to begin forming the beautiful gift you have to share. Just as the pearl starts from irritation and reaction, so are the circumstances in your life which feel uncomfortable serving to help you grow your gift. It is time to realize that your soul is growing in luster and beauty to share with the world. Once you realize this, your struggles become less and your soul light becomes even more luminous. This is really beautiful because I'm going through a very difficult time with an ex-friend right now. And I was saying today, how painful it is. And this really makes me feel good. I'm like, wow, okay, I get it. I get it. I'm going to show you guys the other part in case you would like to do this part yourself. The pearl healing with Kuan Yin. If you want to screenshot that, you can do that. And then there's a prayer. Okay? So that's usually the way that I use this. I read the whole thing and then I'll sit down and I'll journal about it. I'll journal about what I read and what I think about what I read and, all those kind of things. And what I got from it. And it just helps. It helps me. It helps you. It helps anybody that uses it. It helps you to just heal. Healing is in layers. I don't think people realize that. Like if you get sick and you go to the hospital, you don't just heal. Like the next day you get up and walk out. In most cases, It's a process. And this is the emotional healing process. So if you're somebody who's plagued with hurt, anger, bitter, resentments, if somebody recently stabbed you in the heart, if you have a relationship you never got over, if you have people in your life, and I think we all have hurts. So if you're somebody who is currently hurting or healing from hurts, this could be an excellent addition to your self-care package. Okay? All right, guys. Well, it is time for me to get going. Please take a look right now at your screen, and you will see some other videos that I think you might enjoy. Please check them out and come back soon. Underneath this video, you will also find a link to this deck. And remember, I said there's a pocket-sized version. I will give you the link to both of them with my Amazon code. Please check them out. See you later.